Hey, welcome to the Warnell Seminar this week. I'm Chad Boulding, professor of Force Business here in the Warnell School, and have the pleasure to present some of my close friends and colleagues from Italy. They're here giving the seminar today. They're actually one person giving the seminar, but they're a two-person team. So Raffaele Spinelli, he's a researcher from the CNR at in Italy and near Florence. He's a great person to know if you like to travel to Europe, out of the way. Very well traveled, very well established and accomplished researcher, probably one of the most accomplished researchers in the world in the area of forest operations, forest business, forest engineering challenges and conditions. Now, speaker is Natascia Magagnotti. Natascia works also at the CNR in Italy, also near Florence, and she is herself as well as a very accomplished researcher in here, forest operations, forest engineering. They work as a team, and they published lots and lots of papers and made lots of contributions to the profession worldwide. They worked in South America, they worked in New Zealand. Now they're working with us in the United States. We spent 2 weeks together traveling and collecting some data. We've got them in the swamps of South Georgia, but a very good welcome to the U.S., right? But then most recently, we were in Fernandina Beach, Florida. So we got a little bit of good, a little bit of not so good on the trip. So good exposure to the South and the operations that we have there. But I'd like to turn it over to Natascia, and please give her your full attention.
Thank you, Chad. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me thank you, Chad, Professor Boulding, and also Joe and Tim for their exceptional welcoming and also the experience that we are having here. It's really great. We enjoy also the very hot weather. We wanted the full experience and we have it. So we are mission accomplished. We wanted this. Otherwise, we'll be back to Italy a bit upset. Now we are happy. And it's back on the list. So my presentation will be about our experience. As the chat said before, we are working the topic of forest engineering, but not only forest engineering. Both of us, we have a degree in forest science at the different universities and different.
Maybe speak a little bit loud, facing closer to
Okay. Can change a bit. Let's see, it's work better. We have a degree in forest science, different universities, different times. And we have still a same PhD degree in forest engineering, different university, different time also this one. And we are both researchers at the National Council for Research in Italy. And we are very lucky because we can perform our job in the applied science, not just in the office, thinking about fancy things, very useful but not applicable to the daily matter. So we are very lucky to be researchers at the CNR. And our research is both at national and international level, meaning European, but not only European. And as I said before, we are dealing also with forest engineers, but not only. We want to have a wider horizon when it comes. Let me introduce just a bit our CNR. CNR is the largest public research center in Italy. Of course, it's the best. I have to say, of course, it's the best. I cannot say otherwise. They pay me. So, and we are a good number of employees, more than 8,000. I don't want to say the right numbers because you never know about retirees, new researchers. So, but we are good numbers, and most of us are dealing with research, not just on administrative staff. And also the gender balance is quite good. We can say more than enough. There are 88 institutes dealing with different topics from several ways to forest, to agriculture, to human society. There is even an institution related to the dictionary. So it's a very wide experience, people, and but we are compromising several departments, just to summarize a bit the topics. And Italy is within the European Union. See, it was one of the first members, with pros and cons, of course, like life. And forestry is important in Italy, yes, but it's also important in the European Union. Sometimes I say Europe just because I'm a bit lazy. But when I say Europe, I mean the European Union, not just Europe. Please accept my apologies since the beginning. So in the Europe, almost 40% of its territory is covered by forest. We have a different variety of forest types. Can you imagine the forests that we have? They are completely different or quite different from the forest that you can find in Finland, because the climate is different, the morphology is different. There are different also in characteristics, the management, but also in the ownership. For example, our ownership is quite small, not more than 2 hectares per owners as an average. As a European level, we have 10 hectares as an average of ownership. So you see there is a differentiation between you. But we all agree that the forestry has multiple benefits for the society in general, not only for the people living in the forest, and also for the economy. At different levels, with different products, but still it's important focus. And a lot of focus, sometimes we want to highlight a lot the source of biodiversity thanks to the forest. And it's also a key, and it's important because they improve the quality of life, not only of the people living near the forest, but also the general public, and also they can get good and nice jobs thanks to the forest. And since many years, Europe is trying to push about using biomass as a fuel and to replace fossil fuel, to be sometimes more autonomy, to have more autonomy, and also to be more efficient. But we can use biomass, yes, but we want also to preserve our forest. So, and I found this report, but it's on the website of the European Union, and I think the title is quite good because yes, it's a puzzle. Because we have to merge and try to compromise the needs that we have, but also the needs for the general public, and also to this multifunction of the forest, to preserve the carbon, to avoid all the greenhouse emission. We have a strict target by, for example, 2030, we have to reduce by 55% our net greenhouse gas emission. And by 2050, we want to be totally free of fossil fuel. Can we imagine? We have to reach the neutrality of the use of the fossil. Can we set, okay, the target is set. Can we reach this? We hope. That's it. There will be some technology implied and some politics, some policy, sometimes, but still is a puzzle because we have to find all the right place and right way to produce this biomass, but also to continue to have the multifunction of the forest and to preserve our treasure. How Europe can reach these targets? How we can discover how to preserve and how to use the forest and the biomass that we have. Through the research and innovation. And part of these are from European projects. They are a very good way, an example to have some fundings. And because it's within a set time frame, mostly of the European project are from 3 up to 5 years. Partners from different countries, they face the same problems. They want to find solutions. So they build a network, they build a project, and with a measure that we want to, and I like it's bold and inspirational goals, but they have to be also measurable. They have to be achievable, and they have to be realistic. So be bold, inspirational. Sometimes think out of the box. Yes, we want to do this, but also they'll be within the possibility to reach these goals. And of course, we have to set some objectives. And some of the most important and more reliable and with the best fundings of these projects are those ones that are together with researchers and private companies, because it's important, you know very well, because here I saw this link between the research sector and the private industries, very linked, internet together. That is very important to avoid to spend money that you can produce something that is not very useful for the data. And it's also a way to find solutions and to prevent some of the problems. So it's research in the future. Another possibility to find some solution is to this cost action. Cost actions is a sort of bring together experts from the academia sector, but also from the private sector together to discuss, to find common findings about one topic. They don't pay for your salary, they don't pay for your research, but they pay for your travel. So it's important because you have the possibility at least once a year to meet together. They also provide the possibility to have short-term scientific missions. Thanks to that, I went to South Africa and to Australia, for example. And it's important, especially when we are at the early stage research, it's good to have some external money that you can go and you can learn a lot and try to bring back home some of the findings, some solution that we can use also for. They provide, they organize training schools where students can apply, can go, they can learn, and they can start to build their own networks. Because sometimes I recognize I attend seminars, conference, not but conference, and the average level is quite high. We are not so young anymore. I speak also for me, but it's important for young students, PhD students, to try to build their own tribe, their own networks. And thanks to this cost action, they can do it because they can go to these training schools and learn about the topics, stay together 1 week. So it's cool. And but that was the practical stuff, not the theoretical stuff. But we are researchers, so we are into the practical stuff, practical matter. And I would like to share with you 2 recent projects where we were involved with. One is called Branches. The meaning of this name is because they want this project dealing with the rural economy networks, and then they want to boost these networks through the dissemination of technology and innovation. It's not related to research, it's just to present what is already on the market, on place, it is already there. And the other one was there was for Europe. It was about the highlighting and trying to boost the European bio-based industries, increasing their efficiency, profitability, and therefore to be more competitive. How? Optimizing the consumption for the research. As you can see, there are 2 different projects, different partners, different topics, more or less, but the 2 of them, they have one word that is in common, rural and rural. Europe now is dealing a bit and they want to push about to improve, to preserve, improve the rural environment, rural areas, and maybe try to invite people to come back to the rural place. Because if we manage the rural place where there are most of the forests, there will be also management of the forest in a very effective way. And luckily, Europe, they want the innovative approach. They push that, they want it to be innovative. They are not get scared of the project that they are not. I will give you a brief introduction of branches. Branches have brought together 12 partners from 5 different countries. And countries were Finland, coordination, because in this project where one has sacrificed itself as a coordinator. Not an easy job, a lot of bureaucracy, but one has to do it. And then Italy, Poland, Germany, and Spain. And then we identified also other 5 countries have been assigned to be the recipient of the share of this sharing knowledge. Meaning we organize some seminars directly in their countries. And the mission, as you can guess from the name, it was from the transfer of this knowledge, not research, just a transfer in the agricultural and forestry sector of the biomass supply chain that is already in place. They can improve their competitiveness and also to improve new and innovative technologies. Because something that is doing in Italy maybe can be, for example, it can be exported to Poland and vice versa. Something from Finland can be of interest in Italy. We don't know if there is no sharing about this knowledge. And of course, supporting especially the rural area. How we did that? Organizing every country has to organize its own national thematic networks, meaning people, experts on that sector, and they are willing to share this knowledge. We select and share on the website 60 best practice. On the project, it was the name of the demo should be 50, but we enjoy so much finding new solutions to find, also this one can be into the pool. So we end up with 60. And we organize also each country organize its own workshops and also seminars at the national level. They will organize also showcase days to see in reality how it works with some of the best practice. Videos are still available with the explanation, and you can learn also from that. And because it's mainly about dissemination, a lot of focus, stress was put on the social media and the website. All the 60 best practices are there, and also the newsletter was very on time and reporting all the news about this. Of course, I know at the time explain all the 60 best practices, but I select some of them that for me, for us, they are of importance, and strange enough, they are from Italy. I'm not biased, it was just more than one of them is related to the nursery. If you want to establish a forest, you need plants. You need to raise these plants. And in Italy, this one, yes, is a big market. We have normally 27,000 nurseries, different size, big, small, but and half of them they are in Tuscany, especially one province. And some of them they are very small scale. They just survive the business, but at least 10 of them they are very good. And we selected Manucci Piante because it was established at least 100 years ago. It's a still family-owned business, but they have a great focus on sustainability, and also they want to apply all the environmental and certification scheme. For example, what they do? They have a state-of-the-art irrigation system dealing the water is daily by drops every day according to the weather and to the needs of the plant. And together with the water is also fertilization. so very on spot. And in also to try to reduce herbicides and treatments, they introduce the use of chestnut dogs. Chestnut, they have a lot of tannins, so they don't need to be treated with preservatives. So it's perfect, durable, not chemical, nasty stuff. And to reduce the herbicide, they use microchips, still from chestnut, for the same reason, to avoid the growing of them. Yeah. And they reduce using this stuff, they reduce the use of herbicide by 50%. And what is important also for that is these four boss and the microchips are provided by a local logging business. So still into the another one is fuses. Fuses is a reality in the south of Italy. Maybe some of you know Apulia. It's in the south of Italy, very well known for the seaside, for the beach. And the name of the place is the Salento, so very well known for good food, the dance, pizza, and so on. But we have also very good pasta. It's one of these excuses. And since 2013, we're facing a great problem in that area about the xylella affecting the circular olive trees. So they destroy the bacteria that destroy totally the olive trees. There is no treatment so far, so it's a great amount of biomass that you get rid of. And this man established a 1 megawatt electric generation plant just using chips from olive from including messages, but also from this trees. And they provide the service for free up to 1,000 farms. And with that, we avoid the burning in the field. That it's not desirable for pollution. So avoiding this, we have a lower. And they are not happy, they want to continue to be better every day. So they use it, when you produce electricity, you have also heat. What you can do with this heat, especially in the south of Italy, where the weather is so nice, it's hot, you don't need a lot of heating system. They use the heat for produce pellets. So they have local pellets production. And with that, they were able to keep the price of the pellets during the pandemic price and also with the Ukrainian price at a very low level. There is no higher price when they produce these pellets. So it was a win-win also for the local population. Sometimes who produce pellets, they don't have the time or the place to sell directly their material. But you can use vending machines. You can have vending machines for Red Bull, for coffee, but also for biomass. And in Italy, we have especially for pellets, we have two different solutions. They open, of course, 24 hours every 7 days. Even on Christmas, at Christmas, if you need some pellets, you can go there. You have your card or your app. You can buy your 1 or 2 boxes of pellets. And here they still use plastic bags, but here you can use your own bags. You can use reusable bags. And when waiting for the filling of you can watch the TV, movies, maybe short one, possibly, because you don't want to buy. And it is a perfect solution, especially if you have small houses where we don't have the place to storage many bags of pellets. And also it's good for who produce the pellets because they don't have to, they skip one step. They can sell directly. Another one still related to biomass is in Piedmont, so the northeast part of Italy. And of course, with the fruit orchard, every 10, 12 years, we have to remove dead trees and to replace with new variety more productive, or sometimes just different varieties because the markets require the different. And it's a good material, this size more or less, but we don't want to use as a firewood because we are concerned about possible heavy metals or copper. They are sprayed during the qualification, and then small scale users, but we get rid of this. So, but we can use the industrial plants because they are filters that can get rid of this ominous part. And but sometimes this is not very well connected to produce this material and the final users. So the quite smart guys, they decided the producers of the chippers, because you need to chip this material, to establish a company together, and they built a special machine to cut the trees, because you have to cut the above part of the trees, ship and deliver to the power plants, and also you have to get rid of the stumps, because you have to plant a new one, so you cannot have the stumps. And they found a system to get rid of these stumps and how to process these stumps. Being both of them delivered to the same place, they can mix together because the material that you have, the hot fuel that you have from the stumps, is not a very good one. You cannot fit with this stuff local and the small scale boilers. You need to have a bigger plants. But in there, they can mix different materials, forestry, from culture. So they were facing a problem, they find a solution, working together. Also, biochar is still, we are talking about this, still a sort of emerging products, not already on the market on the great scale, but there is this private public and non-profit research and dissemination organization for the private. They have a nice website, you can invite people to have a look at them. And they have a pilot plant to produce biochar from different kind of materials. Sometimes you have a material, so you don't know if the biochar will be good or not for to use as fertilization or another stuff. They can process chips to have biochar, and they can test all the whole chain and using low materials. And it's not related to biomass, but I think it's a nice and out of the box. I didn't think about, I didn't know about this before. From straw, is Spagna, they produce these biobricks. They are ready and easy to assemble, they say, I guess, to be, but and with that they can build small houses or maybe also quite big in a very efficient, easy way, quite fast. And it's especially important also, for example, in our country, that every now and then we have earthquakes, sometimes unlikely big earthquakes, and we need to build emergency small houses. And most of the time they are built from scratch, from iron, I mean, not a very good efficient buildings. It's supposed to be just for 1-2 years. After 10 years, they are already there, the families, so it's not very nice. This one maybe can be better. So as you can see, within the branches, there were a lot of different experience and practice. We deliver also fact sheets that will be useful, especially for policymakers, and also try to highlight what we found in these projects, and so drivers and barriers, what's pros and cons, of course, of the implementation of biomass, bioenergy, bioeconomy, and also how they were facing the crisis to this project. Good findings. Biomass was not very affected by the crisis because they were able to stay local and to produce material that was not really too much affected by the crisis. The other project is then was for Europe. different. This one was under the umbrella of the bio-based industries, as you can guess, it's very good coordination between the academia and the private sector. In fact, the beginning of the private was IKEA. So good, very good, good, I mean, say existing, but also a reliable and important partners. We were 10 partners dealing with different stuff. And what was new, it was not just part of the value chain. Maybe sometimes you have a project that's dealing just with the harvesting and the products. Now here, they wanted to have a look of the entire chain, meaning from the landowners. Many meetings were organized in Slovakia. It was based in Slovakia, the plantation of the poplars. And to get them informed about that, to be part of the project, not just to be there, here's the money, I want to plant. No, they have to be convinced, they want to be willing to join the projects. Until the end part for the final users and generate for bio-based materials. Okay, the objectives were to plantation just on marginal land. We don't want to get rid of agricultural land. We want the idea was to plant on marginal land or unused agricultural land. So food was preserved. It's not was this idea not to avoid the plant trees where there is already agricultural cultivation. For basic materials, and also we were involved, as you can guess, in the innovative harvesting and storage system, and also the positive ecological impact were studies with also colleagues that were from the life cycle assessment to keep the wider answer of this. This innovative, the main products should be because they adapted lightweight board. It would be lighter, of course, and more stable, and also using less resource. And this is important also this one, not only when you have to assemble the furniture from IKEA, but also during transportation, because you have to transport more material or less, keep less weight. It's important also the fuel consumption. The other three products, they are produced, this was produced from wood, the other from the bark of the poplar, because we wanted to use the whole tree, the entire trees, not only the wood and get rid of the barks. The bark was being to develop to have the most promising for me. It was these more five parts. They can be used on the garden. If you plant your tree or your small basilic or more sage, other stuff, you can plant there and you plant directly on the ground. There's no need to get rid of the plastic pot. And it will be I tried. And there is also another was this plastic composite device. They can combine the qualities of wood and plastic, more durable. Quite nice. Not, I still prefer wood being a forester, but can get good solutions. And also another composite runways with a lower cost for other materials, and it can be used for like for example for the interior of the cars. You can use material like this one instead of just plastic. We were involved in the harvesting, so we were dealing with the hybrid, longer hybrid program of big trees with a DBH decent size, not big one. And the management is to be a copy, so after the first cut will be a sprout of all these. And the goal was to, of course, the machines that were already there, but we wanted to see and to study to establish if there was a chain that was better than the other or when it should be better in what system. The big challenge was to handle small trees, meaning because most of the forest machine. They are for big trees, but they are for small trees, and it's difficult to handle them. So we have to find a way how to have this successful mass end. We did selected 3 options. The first one was calculate tree. The second was whole tree harvesting to see which one was performed best, and also to verify the chain blade technology. We were in the field. It was winter, but because of climate change, one of the minor positive, not for us, it was just a positive for us because it was not so terrible, the weather, unluckily for the climate. But we had 4 harvesting season because it was a long project, and it's important sometimes that you have a long project that because you can harvest just a very short window of time. We had a full-scale harvesting test, mainly in Slovakia, but some in Italy. It was the first one because we wanted to see the technology, spending less money as possible, being close to home. We were able to test six technological blends for whole tree harvesting, and also we had the sprouting test. What it was a plus also for the project was that we were able to develop a prototype, still a prototype, maybe it would be just a prototype, but we started and we had some fun. A prototype of a small scale, chain blade the implant. We have a big one here, but with that size, it was not possible to use. And also, we had just big ones in Europe, but they were not available because they were not successful. What we did, thanks to the genius of a local entrepreneur in Italy, we took a pre-existing road cleaner that usually used on the horizontal part, and they put on the vertical level, attach some plates, some iron plates, and the trees will go here. They push to the traverso through the limber to get rid of the small branches and also some of the parts. So the test was performing well, but still there is something to be better. So there is still, even if the project is finished, there will be something going on there. It was simple, robust, but it was working. So that's the program. But we are not, as I said before, we are not dealing just with forest engineering. When we can, we like to learn new things. And we believe a lot in networkings and to share the knowledge. If we are proficient in one topic, we cannot be proficient and very good in all the whole sectors. So when we want to have different approach, different topics, we want to collaborate with people with experts from different fields. For example, we had a nice project, it was part of my PhD, so of course it was good about the wood diesel, it was the wood dust extraction during shipping operations. And they are safe, they can work with this material, even because they are within enclosed cabs. And we tested also always within the shipping operations, the noise and the vibration while shipping. So the well-being of the operators is also good stuff. If you want to have people work in the forest, you have to try to have an attractive environment where people, you cannot just give them the chainsaw like it was for their grandpa. I mean, they have to, of course, chainsaw is still a big machine, I mean, big in number. It's not big, but small, but you have to improve. And others, we had some tests on the workload, cognitive workload with the simulator. We were able to see the difference between, for example, when you have the thinning on just pure conifer stance compared to the mix stands, meaning with conifer and broadleaves. So we try to broaden with it and try to get new knowledge also from us. And this is quite a new project that we started just to think of the box and to have something new to work with. And we are now working with chestnut. That is not just forestry, there are trees, they are providing good food, healthy food, and we wanted to boost this sector that was very important 100 years ago. Now, there was in the 60s, the 70s, a bit of declines, also because the ownership, sometimes the owners, they were not aware of this chestnut fortune, because maybe it was an heritage from their father, grandfathers, grandmother, they migrate to another part, another countries, so it was not possible to use to manage this chestnut. There was the kind also about because the disease and also for economic and social changes. You can see from the first hectares where there are the chestnut orchard is quite low compared to the countries. So they are facing this abundant chestnut, but there is a revival. Of course, like in other sectors, every now and then there is up and down. Now there is a revival also thanks to the importance as a food. But for some of the families in back in the 50s or 40s, chestnut was like a bread. They used chestnut for all year round to produce like bun cakes, like as a fruit, jams, a lot of stuff. Now they produce even a beer. It's a mix. It's not just full chestnut. There is an idea to develop this chestnut. We discovered this old degraded chestnut in the south of Italy. The beginning is in Calabrese. Just to give you an idea, 5-hour driving south of Rome. It's pretty far away, but there is an airport nearby. Lamezia Terme. Keep in mind, if you want to visit, welcome. You are very welcome to Lamezia. You have a direct flight from Atlanta to Rome. Then you can take a bullet train still stopping nearby. And as you can see, it's in a very rural area, and the inhabitants are still in a good number. It is a decline in population, but not too much. There are still a good business, not good as it was before, but still. And when you are in sometimes you are the very break-even point, you can be worse, but you can be better. So we try to innovate the sector with new cultivation techniques and technologies, and also maybe to apply this LiDAR and also to create digital twins, so people living 10 hours away, they can have a look and they can manage the forest with some local people, of course, but still they will be in touch with that. And now we have we are monitoring this Raffaele. I will on the trees just a bit of the data. And this is a project, for example, in consortium with the University of Florence, because we don't have this material. So it's important to also have, as I said before, the net. And we wanted to mix a bit, try to find continue the traditional cultivation model. Big trees, this size. I don't have big arms enough, but they are quite big to use a lot of chestnut, but also to use the intensive high density plantation. See if we can combine and we can. What is to find a network, cooperatives, and also association people. Maybe they don't talk to each other. We already discovered that. We organized a seminar and also a field trip into the forest. And there was a good participation from local persons. They wanted to join. They are very curious. When we planted the new plants, they were there asking about if it's a new variety, it's an old one. So there is an interest. And also, the idea is try to provide, to find new market, not just chestnut, but to get a higher value of the material, different colors. This one that is very, the nature, they are very common in Tuscany. It's like a pancakes made with chestnut, but in Calabria, they don't know what they are. So it should be something new for us. And about network, I'm very happy that we are here so we can enlarge our network also with the Georgia. And yeah, that's thank you very much.